Hello and welcome students. In this module we will learn more about latitudes and longitudes. In the last module we had learnt about the concept of latitudes and longitudes. In this module we will learn about longitude and time. As we know students, longitudes help us to locate any place on the earth along with the latitudes and also help us to calculate time. So we calculate time on the basis of longitude. So let's start with the basic concept, that is the rotation of the earth. So the earth rotates from west to east, and because of this phenomena the sun travels from one longitude to another, and therefore when one side is having day, the other side is having night, and the sun rays travel from one longitude to another. So this is how time is determined of a particular longitude. If we proceed further, we can see in this picture the time of sunrise, or we can say the direction. That is, sun rises in the east and sets in the west. And in between, the position of the sun when it is overhead, this is noon. It is the highest position of the sun in the sky and it is considered to be noon. So time of any place is measured on the basis of the position of the overhead sun and when the sun is at the highest point. The sun rises in the east and it sets in the west. Since the sun does not move but the earth rotates, that is from west to east, so the places located in the east see the sun first and then the places located in the west see the sun later. The earth takes 24 hours to complete one rotation, that is 360 longitudes. There are 360 longitudes. This is the prime meridian. Then this side you can see all the vertical lines. These are the longitudes. So there are total 360 longitudes and all 360 longitudes are covered in 24 hours. So it gives rise to a time difference of 4 minutes from one longitude to another. So students, here what is meant is, if we travel from one longitude to another, that is from 10 degrees suppose this is 11 degree. So if we travel from 1 degree to the next, then it takes 4 minutes. So like this, in 24 hours, 360 longitudes are covered by the sun, or the sun travel along all the longitudes, 360 longitudes in 24 hours. Now, here we can understand with the help of the matter written in this slide that a time difference of 4 minutes has to be added for each 1 degree of longitude towards the east. So students, if we are moving towards the east, then 4 minutes are added, means this longitude, whatever is the time, here it will be more 4 minutes ahead. And if the time difference is to be calculated towards the west, then we will subtract 4 minutes. So this means that if we are moving westward, then they are behind, they are behind in time. So 4 minutes will be subtracted from one longitude to another. So traveling towards east, 4 minutes will be added in time to the next longitude, and in traveling towards the west, because west is always behind in time, sun rays reaches late, so 4 minutes will be deducted from one longitude to another. So this is how we calculate time and we find out the time difference. Now students, on the basis of the concept that we have learned just now, we will understand the concept of local time. So what is local time? The time of a place recognized by the midday sun is known as the local time of that place. So if you have not understood this, let's learn more so that your concept become clear. Every longitude has its own time and this is local time. So students, if we consider the previous slide that we have seen just now, this longitude as well as this longitude, both of them have their own particular time. Even here also they have their own time. So every longitude has a time and that time is its local time. So this is what is meant in this statement. the local time of two longitudes vary by 4 minutes. So the local time definitely vary by 4 minutes. If it is towards the east, 4 minutes will be added, and if it is towards the west, then 4 minutes will be subtracted from one longitude to another. All the places located along a particular longitude face the overhead sun at the same time. Now students, if you pick up this longitude, then all the places located on this longitude will experience the overhead sun at the same time. Now that was the concept of local time, that every longitude has its own time. Now based on the concept of local time, we will understand what is standard time and why we need standard time. Students, standard time is the local time of the central meridian taken as a standard time for the whole country. So if you are confused, let's look at the diagram. If you see this map, it's a map of India, and from here is passing a longitude, central longitude, which is 82, and sorry, this one is the standard longitude, passing from almost the center, that is 82.5 degree east. So this longitude is passing from almost center, that is through Mirzapur in Allahabad in Uttar Pradesh. So the local time, this longitude also has a local time. So the local time of 82.5 degree east is the standard time, means whatever is the local time of this longitude is followed all over the country. Now students, if you are still confused, then let's understand more. India is crossed by 30 degree of longitudes. It means that the country has about 30 local times. So students, as I have told you, every longitude has a time which is its local time. So if 30 longitudes are passing over India, we can see this. This is, you can see it's 68 degree and it is 96. So almost 30 degrees are there. So 30 degrees of longitudes means 30 local time. So which one to be followed? There is a confusion. So it will cause a lot of confusion and trouble while making railway time. Suppose one person has to travel from here to here, then the local time will keep changing. He has to adjust his watch while traveling. It will create a lot of confusion like related to television shows, railway timing, air timing, like if somebody has to travel via air, then also there will be a lot of confusion regarding the time if local time is followed. So countries like India with large surface area where almost 30 longitudes are passing, so we do not follow our local time, but we follow the time of the longitude passing from almost the center of the country. And in case of India, it is 82.5 degree east, which is passing through Mirzapur in Allahabad in Uttar Pradesh. So we follow, this has a local time, and this local time of this longitude is the standard time for India, which is known as IST, Indian Standard Time. Children will learn the next concept, that will be IST. So I have given you the example of India, but many such countries which have large surface area, like almost several local time, so they follow the standard time, means the time of the longitude passing from the center of that country. So this is the concept of standard time. Now it would be very difficult for the people to travel from one place to another even in the country, because there would have keep on setting their watches according to the local time. So to avoid this confusion, to prevent the confusion when one person travel from one place to another even in the country, we have adopted this local time as our standard time. So it has been done by several other countries. They follow standard time. They do not follow their local time to avoid confusion. So students, this was the concept of standard time. Now to avoid the confusion of local time, central meridian is taken as the standard time for the whole country. So this is the standard meridian, and the local time of this meridian is the standard time of the country. Now students, as I told you, we have understood standard time. Now we will understand Indian Standard Time. I have already taught you 82.5 degree east longitude is selected as the central meridian of India, and it's approximately divide the country into two halves. The meridian passes through Allahabad in Uttar Pradesh. It is the standard meridian of India. It is the standard meridian and its local time is the standard time for India. The local time of this meridian is considered as the standard time for the whole country. So students, this is all about Indian Standard Time. See this map? It means that when it is noon at 82.5 degree east longitude, the time taken as noon for the whole country. So this is just an explanation. When it is noon, 12 p.m., then all over the country has the time that is 12 p.m. So the whole country follows the local time of the standard meridian, that is 82.5 degree east. Now students, the next concept is Greenwich Mean Time. So Greenwich is a place in London, near London. So let's learn about Greenwich Mean Time. The local time of the Greenwich meridian or the prime meridian is considered as the standard time for the whole world. Now students, as in case of standard time, we follow the central meridian of the country. In case of Greenwich Mean Time, we follow the prime meridian. This is the central meridian of the whole world. So we calculate the average time from here, and that is the Greenwich Mean Time. All the countries follow it for international travel. Children, we do not follow this for national travel, but for international travel, we do need to follow the Greenwich Mean Time. Countries to the east of Greenwich Meridian have their standard time ahead, and the countries located to the west have their standard time behind GMT. So whatever is the time at Greenwich Meridian, countries towards the east, they are ahead in time, and countries towards the west, they are behind in time. You know what India is to the east of prime meridian? So it is 5 hours and 30 minutes ahead of GMT. So IST, that is Indian Standard Time, is 5 hours and 30 minutes ahead of GMT. We are ahead of GMT because Greenwich Mean Time, that is Greenwich Meridian, prime meridian, is to the west. So they are behind, and India's standard time is much ahead, 5 hours and 30 minutes ahead. So students, we have learnt about local time, standard time, Indian Standard Time and Greenwich Mean Time. So the next concept is about the time zone. Let's start. So what is the concept of time zone and why it has been taken into consideration? So countries like Russia is the largest country in Asia, we know that. Canada and USA, these are also very large countries. So countries like Russia, Canada, USA have large longitudinal extent. Now children, they have several longitudes passing through them. How many? So Russia has 165 longitudes crossing over it. Can you imagine 165 longitude? This means there is a difference of 11 hours between eastern and western margin. So it is a big difference, 11 hours. So children, here if we consider standard time, then there will be a big gap of time. 11 hours is a big gap. In case of India, there are 30 longitudes. 30 longitude means 2 hours. So 2 hour difference doesn't make much difference. But here in case of Russia, USA and Canada, we have taken the example of Russia. 165 longitudes are passing all over Russia. So therefore, if we follow standard time, there will be a big discrepancy, there will be a big gap of time, and there will be a problem. There will be a lot of confusion. So in such countries, if a single time is taken as the standard time, will create a lot of problem. Because 11 hours is almost half a day. So it will create a lot of confusion. So we can see in this picture, this is USA, and it is divided into how many different time zones. So there are 5 time zones, that is USA follows, because there are many longitudes and it will create confusion if any standard time is followed. Then see this map here, this is the picture of Russia. See the number of time zones. There are 11 time zones, different time zones followed all over in different parts of Russia to avoid confusion and problem. Now, to avoid such confusion, the countries having large east-west extension have to follow more than one time. Here is the need of dividing the world into time zone. So here we need to divide the world into time zone, because if we need to divide any large country into different time zones, because if we don't do it, there will be a lot of confusion in time. Students, look at this picture. You can see how many time zones are there. If we pick up here, you can see it's a straight line also becoming zigzag, so that one part can be kept at one side. So at certain places the line is also curved to keep one portion in one time zone. So let's understand more about the concept of time zone. A time zone is a region on the globe that observes uniform standard time for legal, commercial and social purposes. It is a geographic region within which same standard time is followed. So students, here we can see 11 time zones are there. And if we see zone number 8, so this is zone number 8 and here one single time is followed. This zone number 7 where the time zone, the time is different and they follow their own time. So like this, time zone is a region on the globe that observes uniform standard time for legal, commercial and social purposes. So this is the concept of time zone. So how many time zones are there in the world? So the world is divided longitudinally into time zones. So there are 360 longitudes, children, and it takes about 1 hour. Roughly 15 longitudes are covered in 1 hour, each hour. So there are 24 hours taken for rotation. Therefore, the world is divided into 24 time zones. As 24 hours is taken to complete one rotation, and it covers 360 longitudes. So therefore 24 time zones are there in the world, or the world is divided into 24 time zones. So how are time zones determined? So every 15 longitudinal degrees, the time changes by an hour. So creating 24 time zones around the world. So children, this question will make your concept further clear, that as 15 longitudinal degrees are covered in 1 hour, so the world is divided into 24 time zones. Countries having more than one time zone, people traveling from east to west have to adjust their watches suitably. So if countries like Russia, Canada and USA, people travel from one time zone to another, they need to adjust their watches as they cross one time zone. The margins of time zone may not follow the longitudes exactly to keep the small countries on either side. Students, I have shown you that how the lines are not straight at certain time zones. They are not divided exactly with the help of longitudes, because small countries, a small portion can lie on other side and it can create confusion. So to keep them at one side, at one as a one part, the lines are little bit curved so that the confusion can be reduced. So students, that was all about time zones. Now the next topic and the last topic is international date line. So let's learn what is it. International date line, or IDL, is an imaginary line corresponding 180-degree longitude extending from North Pole to South Pole. Children, you can see very well in the picture, from North Pole to South Pole, this line is running. It's not a straight line, but it corresponds almost over 180-degree longitude, and it is passing over the Pacific Ocean. So this line is not kept straight but zigzag. Why? This we will come to know later. Now let's learn what is the significance and why this line is drawn. It is marked on the places on the earth's surface where each new date begins. So this line, when this line is crossed, then a new date starts. It is fixed by international agreement. So this line has been fixed by international agreement, means the whole world follows this line and accept its significance. Now the longitude of 180 lies just opposite to the prime meridian. It passes over the Pacific Ocean where less land mass is present. So only water body is there and very few islands are there. From there 180 longitude is passing. So over this only, corresponding 180 longitude only, international date line is drawn. So students, this is the prime meridian and just opposite is the ideal international date line. Why do we need international date line? The earth completes its one rotation in 24 hours. So there is 24 time zones from east to west all around the globe. So children, just now we have learnt about the time zone. So we are familiar with it. It means that there is a difference of 24 hours or a whole day between the first and the last time zone. So children, this must be understood by you till now that if we start from east to west, then the whole globe is encircled and then definitely there is a time gap of 24 hours. So one day. So therefore, as soon as we cross the international date line, the date changes. At 180 the time will be 12 hours ahead of GMT. So whatever is the time at 0 degree, if we reach here, there will be a time difference of 12 hours. If one travel eastwards from prime meridian, whereas if one travel westward from prime meridian, the same place located at 180 longitude, the time would be 12 hours behind of GMT. So students, it's very simple. If one travels eastward from 0 degree, suppose this is 0 degree. So if a person travel eastward and it reaches 180 longitude, then the time will be 12 hours ahead. And if one travels westward, then the time will be 12 hours behind. So this is how the time will be will vary by 12 hours. Thus the place at 180 longitude has a difference of 24 hours and will have different dates at the same time. So, as one crosses 180 longitude, from one extreme to another, then there will be a difference of 24 hours and one day will be is of 24 hours. So, as one crosses the line, a day or a date changes. If it is westward movement, then the date will be behind, and if it is traveled eastward, then one day will be added. A date will be added. It will be ahead. So students, you can see in western hemisphere, one day is behind and in eastern hemisphere, one day ahead. Because east is always ahead as sun rises in the east and then it reaches the west. Now those who travel round the world either by ship or by jet plane would have a lot of confusion. To avoid such confusion, a correction of date is made along 180 longitude. So children, because there was a lot of confusion when one would cross 180 longitude, there was a confusion of date. So to resolve this, an international agreement has been signed that when one crosses 180 longitude from eastwards or from westward, then the date changes. So we have to adjust with it. It means that when one crosses 180 longitude from the west to east, a day is gained, and when one crosses from east to west, a day is lost or it loses a day. So this concept is kept in mind, and then only there is confusion can be avoided. There will be no confusion if we follow this rule, that if a person is traveling towards east, then a day will be added, And if a person is traveling towards west, a day will be lost. So this is the concept of international date line. Now let's understand with the help of a diagram. So we have already seen this. If a person is traveling westward, will lose a day, and if a person is traveling eastward, will gain a day. Now children, as we have turned the globe, so the eastern hemisphere is appearing on this side and the western hemisphere is appearing on the eastern side, because we have turned the globe. This is 180 degree, this ideal, and it is corresponding, it is drawn over 180 degree longitude. Now, why international date line is not a straight line? It is zigzag. We have seen that international date line is not straight. You can see here, it's not straight but zigzag. Why? Few countries and island groups are located very close to 180 degree longitude. So to keep them wholly at one same side of the line, the ideal is zigzag. So students, there are certain small islands which if the line will be drawn straight, so some islands will be left, will come this side and the others will stay this side. So to keep all of them at one side, the international date line has been curved or made zigzag. So this is the reason why ideal is not straight but zigzag. The ideal deviates eastward of 180 degree longitude in the Bering Sea between Alaska and Siberia. So details are given here that the international date line is deviating in Bering Sea. This is the Bering Sea between Alaska and Siberia. This side is Siberia in Asia and this is Alaska. So students, this is the first instance. Then it also deviates westward of 180 degree, keeping the Aleutian Islands to the east of the line. So students, if you look for the Aleutian Islands, you can see all the Aleutian Islands have been kept on this side of the line, this side, so that they can be kept at one side and they can follow only one date. If the line would be drawn straight, then a few islands, part of that Aleutian Islands would have a different date and the others would have different date. So to keep uniformity in date, this line has been curved so that all the islands can remain at one side of the line. It follows 180 degree meridian for most of its distance, but in further south it deviates eastward of 180 degree meridian to keep Fiji and Tonga Island on the side of the New Zealand. Now students, it is deviating here near Bering Sea and then again in Aleutian Island. Then it travel almost straight over 180 degree longitude. But as it reaches south, it again deviates to keep Fiji and Tonga Islands along with New Zealand, so that they follow a same date, they remain at one side of the line. These islands follow the same date as New Zealand. So these islands are Fiji and Tonga. They follow the same date as New Zealand. So students, this was all about the different concepts related to longitude and time. Thank you very much. That's all in this module.